Spring is in the air, but there's a cold front moving through. The Snowmen trying to spring. I guess it would be an upset. I mean, this is the number 2 seed from the Swiss, so we don't know exactly how good they are. This is their litmus test. Can they run it back and take down Gen G again when it matters most?
Listen, they've done it once. They absolutely could do it again. Gen G's been a little bit shaky throughout this weekend, which kind of feels weird to say, but there's a team to bounce back. It would be the likes of apparently Jack, Chronic, and First Killer looking to get revenge in this rematch here today.
Oh, Reveal will have a shot here, and it's wide open on the left side. Reveal opens the scoring off this setup from Frosty. All over First Killer, and it's Snowmen who strike first.
That is so invasive of Frosty to just continue to push forward one touch after the other and then allow his teammate to get the finish off that one. But off the kickoff is First Killer. If you're gonna score, listen, you gotta be absolutely prepared for the kickoff responses that are gonna come right after.
It's a kickoff that just dies at the middle. I think it was Reveal who went over to the corner. He turned upfield instead of back. And shocker, he couldn't get back to the net. Johnny's gonna have that video up on YouTube for eternity, and everybody's gonna continue to make the same mistake. Reveal picked his spot, and he almost scored. Appjack and First Killer had to scramble over there. So now Frosty, with a whole lot to work with, trying to buy his teammates time to get in position. Scribbles is there waiting, and he got a piece of this as well. The demo on apparently Jack puts Gen G in a bit of disarray. But Jack into the play and clears that one back out.
The one thing I've noticed, which has been fairly interesting, is how low boost Gen G has been sitting on for a bit. And I think, again, it's a testament to the Snowmen knowing there's very few ways to get around Gen G, and boost starving them and bumping them out of the way is probably the surest bet that you can make on yourselves, and that's exactly what they're doing. Here comes another bump. Scribbles on a First Killer. Shot from Frosty comes in, but Jack's got the save.
They are not messing around at all. Working great as a team, trying to pin down Gen G, but GGM1 has escaped the zone for a moment. Now they're right back on defense. Jack just around Reveal, dumped right back in though around the boards, and Chronic and First Killer will have to figure out who takes charge. It was Chronic. First Killer remains on the back wall, but that's cleared away. Gen G out of harm's way yet again, and threatening to score here, Chronic. No boost. Reveal came over. First Killer tried to fake him out, but Frosty takes charge, and Snowmen fend off Gen G. Can they turn it into offense? No. First Killer in the way. Scribbles to the backboard. Needs to drop it down and can't.
And Appjack,
big shot and save.
That's a huge shot off that one. And the one that makes me a little nervous is how low on boost Jack was. Again, I just keeping my eye on that. How low and maintained the Snowmen have been able to keep Gen G at bay off this one. Here's another huge demo. Great. Try to attempt to shoot up, but transition comes out from Gen G. It's back. Jack's gonna take a shot. This one doesn't find its way in. It's a slow connection off it. And again, quick transitions from Snowmen are what have been allowing them to keep this pressure up so consistently.
Snowmen have done a good job keeping Gen G guessing who's actually going to take the shot. Again, working great as a team. They're going to need to be great. Frosty, back wall, Scribbles there, and he scores! Chronic couldn't stop it.
I love this. This is honestly sheer confidence at this point, too. But again, it's Frosty setting up his teammates, and Scribbles just there, patiently waiting, ready to go off this one. 1-goal lead for Snowmen.
I bet they covered the net this time on the kickoff. Let's see what happens. This time it does go deep into Gen G territory. Chronic will start it off. Frosty's there with a full tank. So too is Reveal. He comes across and saves it off the post. And now watch Scribbles in transition. Oh, the 2v1. Apparently Jack had it read. Well done by Jack, keeping Gen G only down 1. Frosty's going to come on to this one, but Chronic with a touch to disrupt his effort. And Scribbles will just power this away. Take it himself. Frosty waiting underneath. And Snowmen have their attack stall out there.
You got a minute and 35-ish to go, but Jack said, no, we're going to tie it up right here. He had quite a bit of space to work with. Again, the pinch and the air dribble over. Frosty tried to get it read, but even a touch off that one is not enough to stop Jack's efforts to push that ball through.
I think Frosty might have kind of been thrown off by Reveal giving him the ball there and just didn't really have a plan for getting that ball away from Jack, so he just slips it right in. We're all tied up again. Twice Snowmen have led in this game. It has been short-lived. Reveal gonna take it himself. Chronic stuffs him. Frosty coming up and clipped a bit of that ball from First Killer. And that just goes right to the skies. Reveal has to avoid contact and gets the shot off. He had a defender coming in behind him looking for the demo. Could not catch up. And Reveal gives Snowmen the lead again.
And Reveal also, he saw that Jack was going to try and attempt the squishy save on it and knew that there was pretty much two places that that ball could have gone. Perfect upper 90 in the left or bottom 90 in the left as well. And dude had the perfect slot on that one. 1-goal lead again, but this is what we've seen time and time again. How quickly does Gen G respond to it off this one? You got a minute left to go here in game number 1. You've got a lead. Can you hold on?
And hold on now for less than a minute. Chronic blocked by Reveal. Net's open. If he can get to it, he can! And the lead is 2. Hat trick for Reveal.
Huge shot off this one, and I loved that he went up to do the challenge off of it, goes and finds his way through. 2-goal lead is massive off this one again, but I will say, Gen G kind of thrive in pressure sometimes. 47 seconds is more than enough off the kickoff as Jack up into the air. Gonna take his time, reset over 1, tries to take a shot, scribbles with a save.
There's gonna be battle stations now for Gen G. First Killer needed the flip reset, couldn't get a shot away. And now Frosty takes over. Good comms from Snowmen. Scribbles is there on the doorstep, and Chronic keeps Gen G alive in this game, but they gotta hurry. Frosty will slow him down. First Killer, 1 more needed. Reveal just pops it away, and Gen G very quickly running out of time here. Down to 10 seconds. Frosty from the wing, no. Chronic pops it away, but Gen G's just not gonna have enough time. This has to go into the net. It will not, and the Snowmen make a statement in game 1. They get tied up twice, but then finally Reveal scores, and they don't look back from there. A hat trick from the MVP candidate, and Snowmen take game 1.
There's a reason he's in MVP contention, and it's for good calling. Like
a lot of times, only the one guy at the net, not a chance to stop the 2-man attack from Snowmen. So, hey, they did a good job getting a numbers advantage in the offensive end. They keep Gen G guessing. Will that continue into game 2? We know Chrome, a very capable coach. A lot of adjustments on the way as we go to Forbidden Temple.
Oh man, but you gotta look at Frosty right now. Dude is bobbing and weaving all throughout the Gen G defense on this one. Chronic has to go from the backboard to try and give them tiny bit of space to breathe, but Reveal says no, and there it is. Those 2-man offensive plays from the Snowmen are so consistent right now. They know it is a great play to get past Gen G, and I think Gen G's doing their best to try and anticipate it a little bit more. Like you said, Chrome probably had a small game plan in the few moments that they had in between matches off this one, but First Killer, that's the player, the pop-off player that you know if he gets space and he can solo, this can completely turn the series on its head for Gen G.
Maybe a little bit of panic there on the defensive end from Snowmen, and it could be costly. Reveal with the save with nothing in the tank. Frosty grabs the full boost from midfield, got the demo, but it's Chronic who does just get a piece of that ball on the way through, and apparently Jack has his shot blocked way back deep into Gen G territory. Watch out for Reveal. Another demo on Jack as Frosty tries to win that one forward. It doesn't work out, and First Killer gets Gen G out of the zone. I don't know, I see Snowmen kind of being a little jumpy on the defensive end. You wonder if Gen G can take advantage of that, but so far no score through 90 seconds. And First Killer might have something to say about it. Against Scribbles, second touch no, and Frosty clears.
Great anticipation there from Frosty too, and I love how quickly he's able to transition off of it, double from the corner. This one doesn't quite find its way on through, and Gen G go right back into attack mode. This one up into the air, but a demo stops Gen G for their efforts for time being. And again, they continue to try and push forward, but everybody on Snowman is almost playing man-to-man at some points. They're going for the bumps, they're going for the demos. Everything that you can think of to keep Gen G at bay has been done.
Our shots coming in left, right, and center, but they've all been stopped so far. Frosty's shot is stopped way out in front by Jack. That's dropped down. Reveal might have been there, but he had to deal with Jack bearing down on him, and he just misses the tough angle shot. He was close, but not good enough as Reveal tries to slip one through the D. That doesn't work out either. So now Frosty with Scribbles in behind him, Reveal up ahead. Scribbles has to slow down Chronic, and he does so.
Here comes first, great save there. Gonna try and leave this one for Jack, but again, bumps coming through so consistently. First killer trying to get Gen G out of their half. Frosty stopping him right in the mid. Scribbles lurking, but a solo shot is all that it takes. Frosty finds his way through.
They just didn't think Frosty had another touch or had his... My gosh! He just kept them all almost in a trance. And then the dodge at the last moment completely threw them for a loop. And Frosty opens the scoring after a couple assists in game one. Now Scribbles trying to keep this ball alive for Reveal, who was lethal in the first game. He's waiting for Chronic. Can he get in the way of Jack? No, but Scribbles can. And Chronic at least got the touch on the ball before getting bumped away. First killer to set up Chronic. It's still netward. First killer, no. Jack rebound stuffed by Frosty.
And it's super low boost for first killer too, and I think Snowmen saw that. They're all trying to race forward. Again, quick transitions. That's the name of the game for Snowmen right now. Great challenge off there for Frosty, trying to just keep pressure going from Reveal, and Scribbles up next. Awkward touch towards net off that one. Jack still able to get the save. Can he carry this one through? It's, again, I feel Gen G weirdly look awkward, and I feel like that's the doing of Snowmen. They're so pressure heavy on this team right now that Gen G probably wasn't anticipating this right now.
Tell you what, I know we said it a lot yesterday, and maybe I'm just stating the obvious. My gosh, Reveal is so good. He gets the demo there on first killer after FK lobbed that ball in. Appjack going after Scribbles, making him dance around a bit, but he still makes the stop. And he can clear that one over first killer. Frosty running on. Reveal has a full tank. Almost ran into Frosty though. And Reveal beaten out by Jack this time. First killer lining up a double. Drop it down. Chronic delayed shot saved by Frosty. And the Snowmen take this lead to the final 30 seconds. Will it be 2 goals? No. Reveal stopped by apparently Jack. And then he'll lob one forward for Frosty to deal with.
And Frosty's got to anticipate first killer coming at him on this one too. Scribbles back pass over to Frosty. That boost didn't spawn, which means it's now Scribbles' job to keep this one away from Appjack there. And that's a mighty touch to keep this one still in favor of the Snowmen, but pressure is on their defensive end right now. Snowmen got to play these next 6 seconds very carefully. A bump onto Jack keeps this play out at bay. This one's still up into the sky. Pass over to first killer. Can he waterfall this one down over to Chronic? He tried his best, but it hit the ground, and Snowmen walk away with game 2.
They walk away with game 2. They're not Team Vitality. They're not Team BDS. They're not one of these elite teams in the Rocket League scene yet. So we should be beating them, right? Maybe not. Snowmen making a huge statement going into game 3 now, coming out of the timeout from Gen G. So they've got to solve it now or maybe never. First killer, his first effort denied by Scribbles, and we are off to the races.
Chronic got set off that one. It's Frosty, and already you saw the lurks in the Gen G net, which means Snowmen are just going to continue with the game plan they did before. You're sending one up, or you're working 2 together to get this ball forward, and it's still, it's successful in its efforts right now. First killer demo onto Frosty, allowing Chronic to try and transition upfield, but Reveal stops him in his tracks. Scribbles with a wide shot off this one. and Frosty takes this one back from Jack. They don't know he's no boost right now, but the most he can do is keep this ball orange side for his team to try and come through.
Reveal tried to tie that one up. Scribbles came up as well. He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, but Frosty bails him out. Left the backfield boost for him as well, as that shot dealt with by First Killer and easily controlled by Gen G as they bait Scribbles in and play right over the top of him. So now Reveal, how great he has been so far in this series, trying to get the attack going for the Snowmen. Doesn't work out this time. He's all alone at the back. Frosty trying to catch up and help him out. Reveal got the poke and the boost and the pass off to Scribbles. Again, he's been so good. Frosty now, shot denied way out in front.
I will say I am a little nervous about how high up Snowmen are playing and cheating for this, because this is what I was anticipating. They all three were out fairly far, and then this demo comes out, and it kind of almost scrambles the rotation for everybody to get back, and you can see it. Reveal and Frosty just looking awkward to go back and save that shot. Gen G, all it takes is 2 seconds of confidence and a slot, and you're back up in a lead.
Gen G's first goal since tying the game for the second time in game one. It's their first lead of this series. Again, all this coming off a timeout, but then enough. Man, the numbers advantage, and who else but Reveal to tie it right back up. Look at Frosty stay with this, and then Reveal just blasts one right by Chronic.
I love this. I love these two-man plays on it. It's pure working together to get over the defense. And unfortunate for Chronic, like, you don't know where you're going to be at in that situation, right? First player could have taken it and taken a shot of their own, but I don't know. It's so discombobulating for the defense at times, but the same can be said for the Snowmen when First Killer is in your face. A pinch off the side to follow all the way through, and it bounces up and down on that one. Gen G once again give themselves a lead.
Gen G's Superman strikes again. Just under 20 goals for the weekend. Just a matter of when, not if, he'll get there. 19 so far. Frosty now, blocked by Chronic. Reveal got a piece of that as well. That disrupts the defensive effort. And now First Killer will just casually take this from the back line. Gen G back in front as Reveal got to that ball with Frosty there as well. And Frosty has that out. He won't be able to get back up in the air for it, though. So First Killer, free ball over towards Chronic. Intercepted by Reveal. It just felt like it took forever to get there. Now this shot blocked, and Chronic had to jump into action. Frosty lurking there on the doorstep.
It's a huge redirect from Jack there. This one might all the way go to the center, and it does. Somehow, nobody from Gen G anticipated that one to go through, but they go back to the drawing board. This one gets left for Jack to take a shot there. Scribble sends this one off into the corner. Pressure doesn't stop. Here comes First Killer, leaves this one. Jack again, corner, shot from First. This one's in. Gen G up by 2 with 2:08 left on the clock.
3 out of their 4 shots have found the net. First Killer, 100%. Lethal. 3-1 lead now with 2:08 to go. And this is more of the game that Gen G has been accustomed to throughout this weekend, where they're actually able to generate a lot of shots. Only 7 shots a game of the first couple of games, where they came in averaging almost 12. They have been slowed down significantly so far in this series. And then almost tucking one in there was Frosty. Reveal and Scribbles can't break through. And now First Killer looking for a hat trick, but denied by Frosty.
Oh, you can see it too. Gen G is now anticipating them cheating up just a little bit too far at times, trying to catch them off of a small mistake. And now they're getting bunched up, probably more so than they would like. And First Killer, enough space to try and make an angle off this one. Not quite able to get it on target though. And Snowmen, you gotta break out of your own half. But even on low boost, Appjack is sending this ball forward for Gen G to try and make a play. Chronic over to First Killer. This one not in. Scribbles with a save.
Snowmen right now, a lot of my turn offense. Everybody just scrambling towards the ball. They're triple committing after everything. It is complete panic right now, down 2 goals, even though they're up 2 games. Reveal, lob one forward, intercepted by First Killer. Frosty getting chased by Chronic, so Scribbles has to make the initial stop. Follow up here with Frosty running underneath, and apparently Jack cannot get through Frosty. Loose ball down by the back line, but Reveal takes out Jack. So now Reveal, outlet to Scribbles. So this is the most that Snowmen have been spaced out for the last minute. Scribbles stopped by Jack. Frosty keeping it alive. Reveal thought about it, but he burned so much boost coming up. Frosty with the steal. He calls everybody off, so he'll take it himself, and First Killer just eats him up.
Honestly, I feel like this is where experience is starting to come into play. In terms of nerves, you can feel, like you said, that Snowmen are panicking despite being up 2-0 uncontested. This is the most of a challenge they've had pretty much throughout this entire series because they seemed so in control in those first 2 games, and now they've lost it and they're struggling so hard to get it back. This one off the backboard. Reveal not quite in a position to try and take a shot. Instead, it's First Killer running away with it. Gonna take one more for the efforts, but this one hits the ground. Gen G finally respond in the series. Their confident moment was, you know, Gen G coming in so almost hyper aggressive at times, and that was again one of the first moments where we saw Snowmen not in control anymore. It probably caught them off guard a little bit because they weren't expecting it. They probably anticipated, you know, consistently being able to keep up the pace of play that they were going with. We saw them still going for the 2-man plays. The difference, Gen G intercepted so many of those this time that it made it way harder for Snowmen to recreate what they did in games 1 and 2.
Well, Scribbles demolished behind the play. Everybody jumping around as Frosty was chased into the net. Kind of a break for Snowmen that Gen G weren't able to finish off that play. Frosty bringing this down to ground. He saw Chronic coming on. Jack taken out. Reveal has to go for the midfield boost as he had the ball knocked away from him. Chronic with nothing in the tank, still going after Frosty. And Reveal kind of took charge. Frosty calls him off. And Snowmen right now is still in a bit of disarray, but they will clear the zone, at least for the moment. But it's coming right back in, courtesy of Chronic and First Killer. Chronic's shot is high on an open net, and he can't get the follow. Reveal was with him. There's First Killer with his 4th of the series.
Oh my god, you talk about, you know, Snowmen looking slightly discombobulated. This is pure panic. You are in zero communication with each other at that point. They look like they're playing their own game. And because of that, rotation doesn't even exist in the moment, and these are becoming free shots for Gen G, and same cannot be said for Snowmen. Nothing you get from here out will be free. It has to be earned, especially with Chronic coming out with saves like this, not once, but twice.
Well, Reveal couldn't quite tell if Frosty was going to get that demo. If he had the read, he'd have had an open net, as Chronic makes the easy save, and the outlet out to apparently Jack. And Gen G have found their groove. Quickly out of the zone in transition, but that's a good catch by Frosty on the backboard. And he is stopped by Jack. That sets up First Killer. Reveal was up there for him, though. And Scribbles will clear away. They caught Chronic out. Frosty, double tap. Oh, he hit it on the goal line, and it's cleared away.
Oh, that is so unfortunate, and that is such a massive opportunity missed. That was the best moment we've seen from Snowmen in this game and last game's past. And then here comes Gen G on the quick transition back to counter every effort that Snowmen have tried to put in. This shot just wide. First Killer's not gonna let the pressure in there. Not 1, but 2 touches. Leaves this one for Jack. An attempt to throw themselves at this ball and get out of their half is Snowmen, but they keep getting boxed in.
First Killer's got to be shaking his head going, is this happening again? This happened to his FaZe team time and again, where they'd miss some open nets. Their accuracy betrayed them. First Killer, though, his accuracy not on point this time, as that's dropped down in front. No follow-up. So now Chronic trying to keep it alive. And he does dump that back into the corner, so that'll slow down Snowmen and force them to make some decisions on the defensive end. Scribbles with Reveal in support. Reveal might take over. No, Scribbles trying to play table center. Maybe one touch too many. That kicks back out to the center and is cleared downfield netward, so Frosty has to contain it at the back wall.
You saw Chronic already lurking, ready to go. Same can be said for First Killer. This is a massive clear here from Scribbles. That one registers as a shot. Here's another opportunity, but this one down and out from apparently Jack there. And again, this is probably the most lurking opportunity that the Snowmen have created for themselves off this this one, I talk about lurking. It was just a slow floater waiting, was reveal from the Scribble shot there, right down into the only place nobody could go, the bottom 90.
That's a great read by Scribbles, too. I mean, he jumps up. He knows Chronic is going to try to control that, and he had the perfect read, and Gen G not able to recover. Excellently done. Snowmen back into this game now, all tied up, now with 1.5 minutes remaining. Chronic all day to play this ball. As Scribbles running around, he got apparently Jack at the back line. But Chronic still moving forward. You can stop one player, but you eventually have to get to the ball. They do. And Frosty now met with apparently Jack. First killer, he can stay onto this ball. He does. And Reveal can just pop it away again. So no sustained attack that time for Gen G. Chronic a little more careful this time with the ball. Kept it close to the vest. But now Scribbles the intercept. Everybody's scrambling back for Gen G, and they do get back in time to defend in the final minute.
And there's First Killer defending off the shot from Scribbles, but doesn't want to stop it there. He's going to transition all the way back into the Snowman half. Appjack there to help him too. An attempt to center just a bit high and over. Scribbles gets bumped off for his efforts to try and make a save. First Killer over Frosty, but Scribbles there to help him through. And you're counting down to the last 30 seconds. Still, it's a tied game for now. If somebody wants to take it away at the end, and I can't even imagine the pressure that Snowmen start to feel knowing you have the opportunity to take Gen G to match point unless they score here, and they do. 17 seconds in, and an on-ground pass over to First Killer and back to Jack gives Gen G a lead in the final moments of Game 4.
Just unexpected aggression, surprise Snowmen. The two-man play between Jack and FK works perfectly. Gen G in front right at the end of regulation. One last charge here for the Snowmen, and that touch from Reveal at least kept it close enough that Scribbles could go for it deep into the corner. Pops out softly. First Killer's got all the control, all the time, but Reveal kept it alive. Jack to the ground, and Gen G have tied the series.
A tied series for Gen G, nothing but wins.
Team scored 10 goals each in that series with each other. They were neck and neck the whole way. Snowmen just happened to win Game 5. Now, Game 5 with the series tied 2-2. Does it seem familiar? It's best of 7 this time, but we're underway at the Aquadome.
Ooh, there was a huge attempt in an early stage passing play here from Gen G. Jack up in the sky on this one. Reveal's gonna intercept, take him to the corner. Frosty wants to break away. This is massive, though. He's going up for the challenge on Chronic, but Chronic, enough boost in the tank to carry this one in the air over Scribbles, maybe even over Reveal on this one, but First Killer's gonna bail him out, take a shot off that one, and Frosty's got to save.
Well, Scribbles will bring it to the wing. Here we go. Scribbles from the sky. Easy stop by Chronic, who certainly made it look easy. Then hard out of the corner goes Frosty. Not quite the touch he was looking for there. He was just a little bit off, as that came out a little hotter than expected. Reveal is there. He doesn't have much in the tank. That corner boost spawned for him, though. Now Chronic outlet to First Killer right down the middle. That's intercepted. But apparently Jack might find a teammate down in the corner. Instead, he finds Scribbles with Chronic waiting for him to make a mistake. Did not do so, though. And that might have worked out well for Gen G there. Went off of Frosty unexpectedly, but they do recover. So great improv defensively for the young upstart squad, the only unsigned team in this top 4, as Reveal blocks one away, and Frosty will continue the defensive effort. But right now they are hemmed in their zone and just looking for some kind of escape, and they're not finding much. Oh, great pass. Jack over to Chronic, and they just made him look silly.
That was huge, and you could see it, that they saw the amount of space they could find between each other if they just pinballed this back and forth around what is a questionable rotation off the Snowmen in those last moments there. Great play from Gen G. They get their lead off this one. Now the answer is, how quickly can the Snowmen respond? Because before it wasn't as fast as they thought, but this time they said, no, it's gonna be a little bit more reminiscent of games 1 and 2. They respond literally seconds later.
This has happened a few times in this series, one way or the other, an immediate answer. And that's gotta hurt for Gen G. I mean, a pretty passing play where it feels like, all right, now you've kind of asserted dominance. Oh, Reveal made the save coming back off the almost narrowly avoided giving a kickoff goal back to Gen G. And now apparently Jack up first for this. Great pass down to Chronic. Surely they score again. They do!
That is a huge flick also from him. Look at this pass down over to Chronic. He said, I'm just going to take his time. Reveal was trying to figure out where he was going to go. And Gen G, they just said, just place it up high. Chronic goes, I can flick it over perfectly through. He does. The response comes back from Gen G. Another lead for them. This one feels like it might be a little bit more of a shootout. Frosty down over to Scribbles. Shot on target and in, and the Snowmen respond.
Y'all calm down, would you? My goodness. I think everybody's expecting the shot there out of Frosty, and First Killer's in a real tough spot on the back wall. Great decision to dish that off to Scribbles. A little more aggression out of Snowmen, and it's serving them well enough, but they are still locked in a battle here. Chronic got a piece of this. Reveal and Scribbles are all there. Then Frosty joins the fray. That's the decision making that you see out of Snowmen. You kind of go, all right, well, you know, you're kind of double committed and it's working, but then three's a crowd, man. Reveal trying to keep this alive in the corner, and First Killer comes out of that with the ball. And somebody's got to get a hand up, and a very late challenge. This drops back for Chronic, and he'll just play the possession game, waiting for a better opportunity. Now it's presented itself, trying to get around Reveal. Good luck.
Here comes First. Again, Gen G, they just want to keep it in the half for now, but a massive back pass on that one. I don't even know what the plan on that one was. Maybe just create a little bit of time. Here's a huge demo, though. Great transition there from Chronic, down over, back to himself, off the backboard. I don't know, you can feel the game physically start to slow down.
Yeah, a little bit, but it feels like it might be speeding up in the minds of Snowmen because they're getting a little jumpy again. Left without much boost in the tank collectively. First Killer trying to pick them apart. Reveal's got all the boost. Now Scribbles gets some, and he's going to need to jump in the way. And that's a clever ball dumped off to the corner, but Jack kept going out to midfield, so he couldn't turn on it. And First Killer forced to bring this all the way back, but he gave it away to Reveal, who almost punished Gen G.
This is massive. You got 90 seconds left, and it's a temp from Chronic. It's sent off by Frosty. Jack puts it back to the backboard. Scribbles enough in the tank to keep this one out, but that bounce up could be dangerous. Jack off the backboard. Chronic's there to try and follow. And Gen G, most you can do is just keep the pressure going, taking turns one after the other, but the Snowmen have been doing a great job of fending off every effort and every shot that Gen G have put on target.
Oh, that ball drops down for apparently Jack, and the Jack attack is alive and well. Gen G back in front.
That was the biggest curse I think I've done in real time, is to commend the Snowmen defense for once. They held Gen G off for so long, and then Gen G goes, all right, you guys are playing great defense. If you're not on the field, you can't do that anymore. And that's exactly what happens. Gen G up by one with less than a minute to go in Game 5.
How are Snowmen going to answer this one? I mean, this looks very similar to Game 1. But this shot just wide, and Chronic the follow-up, and it really is similar to Game 1, where Gen G would go in front, Snowmen would answer back, then Snowmen would answer again, then Gen G answered. It's just the other way around now, and the same score line from Game 1. Gen G up by 2, and that's really going to force Snowmen to throw caution to the wind, which they've kind of done anyways. And they don't convert on this effort off the kickoff, and Gen G will stabilize.
Yeah, I feel like Snowmen almost thrive in just almost just going with the flow kind of mindset, and that's kind of what has caught Gen G off guard at some moments in time. We talked about it where we feel like, you know, maybe Snowmen are playing a little bit too close together, but for them, it works. And I feel like when they start to overthink that, that's where they get caught off guard. But they're trying to go back for it. Frosty trying to open up a field there, taking Jack off the field, leaving some room there for Reveal. Scribbles with a bump, huge bump in the net off that one, but there's just not enough time at that point. Gen G kill the ball, and they are the first ones to head. up a little bit far, and now what Gen G has done is they know that if you send one person just a tiny bit far field and you make that big clear and you start the passing plays, the snowman rotation is just a tiny bit off enough and not consistent enough that you can pinball this around them almost too easily for Gen G. We've seen that a plenty amount of times. We're about to see it again. Chronic takes a shot, Frosty sends it off. In first 15 seconds, it's Gen G pressured.
First killer to bring it around, Reveal. Just right back out to first killer. Serves it up, and Reveal had it read all the way. Keeps that ball alive for Scribbles to run onto, but there's first killer. All the time in the world. Apparently Jack, fake going after Frosty, then turned on Reveal, but the Snowmen, wise to the tactics. They don't get phased by it this time. First killer will bring it to the back wall here at Neo Tokyo. A dangerous spot for him, but he handles it this time. And can he get this ball down in front, or is he just going to take a shot? Why not? Apparently Jack on the weak side, cleared out by Scribbles.
And this isn't going to stop the play here. Snowmen trying to make some sort of a play, formulate for themselves, but Gen G stop it in its tracks and head over to the other side of the field. Huge 50 there from Chronic, but Scribbles still able to get that save. First killer's up next. 2 touches, goes all the way across the backboard, one end to the other. Bumps coming onto Jack. It's Snowman saying, get out of our half or we'll force you out. And Gen G, they're not afraid. They're still going. First killer off the backboard. Follow-up from Chronic. It's a slow floater towards that net. And still, Snowmen walk away with the saves.
Oh, this one just barely snakes through. Chronic, listen, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. As that one gets through Scribbles, a little awkward there, couldn't get to it. Chronic adds another to his tally, his 5th goal of this series. Just about all of them have been high impact as well. I think they kind of forgot somebody when we were talking about MVPs earlier. Chronic has been amazing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I feel like Chronic is one of those players that kind of gets respectfully slept on a little bit, especially when you have players like First Killer and apparently Jack on your team. These are 2 huge names. Abjack defensively is a masterclass, and then same can be said for First Killer on the offensive end. And Chronic is just that perfect balance in between that can do either when needed. And that's what we've been seeing throughout the series. And this one is all the way back. Chronic pops this one up for First Killer all the way around the corner. Frosty's trying to anticipate, and he pinches it down on the ground to try and go through, but Jack sends it back.
Yeah. Chronic's not that good. He's only scored 32 goals this weekend, more than anybody else. Here goes Frosty. Nope, he thought about it. Instead, had to backflip, and Reveal won that ahead to Scribbles. Opportunity to set up Frosty, but the pass not on target, and First Killer will clear it away. Reveal just a big boom downfield. He didn't have anything in the tag, trying to chase down Chronic. Kind of impressed that he got there. And then that ball played away from Frosty, and it feels like Gen G almost not quite playing with their food. They still have to work for it here. But they are kind of baiting in Snowmen and just playing right over the top of them. They almost got punished for it, though, as Snowmen have something going on the attack. It's Reveal, relatively quiet since his hat trick in game 1. And that one cleared away by First Killer, only as far as Frosty. Some life here for the upstart squad, but they find themselves trailing in the series and trailing in this game, needing a goal to at least get to overtime, needing 2 to force a trip to Champions Field. Scribbles infield pass, nobody there for it, and Gen G continue to apply the pressure.
And you just see it over and over again. Snowmen, they get to the midfield, and as soon as they inch past it, they immediately get sent back into their half. This is just one of the rarer clears that we've seen. It's Reveal off the backboard, but Frosty just too awkward. It's a free shot for apparently Jack to catch them off guard. And again, I've said this time and time again, the moment Snowmen cheat up just a bit too much, Gen G see it from a mile away and take full-fledged advantage.
Gen G, a minute 27 away from dispatching 2 former NRG players in 24 hours. Snowmen trying to get back to work here. Reveal up to the heavens, doesn't have much to work with. And Scribbles and Frosty both come up. It's Frosty that takes over, and Jack not fooled one bit. Chronic up in the air, beats Reveal. Trying to disrupt Frosty as well as that goes back to First Killer. Gen G have all the confidence in the world, all the comfort, and all the time to play with this ball. It's Chronic with apparently Jack running forward. Only First Killer at the back now. and maybe a chance for Snowmen, but instead, that demo by Chronic just takes more time off the clock. Tick, tick. And the bomb's about to explode here in Snowmen's face.
Scribble's gonna take a shot. It's a wide one off the backboard. Reveal tries to make an angle off of it, but Chronic, again, he has been such an MVP for Gen G throughout this series here, and you got 28 seconds to find 2 goals, and you're boxed into your own half. It's going to be probably more difficult than you could have imagined to try and catch up at this point. Chronic, massive 50, wastes precious seconds that the Snowmen would have needed to continue their journey on in Championship Sunday. But I think it's safe to say with 5 seconds left and a 2-goal lead, Gen G are headed to their 3rd grand final.
Grass is green, water is wet, and we're on pace perhaps for another Gen G.